low self-esteem also.
You put the word
Oh,
fullness of confidence.
That is the problem. That is the problem. That is really the problem. The whole
Yeah, but what is
fullness, absolutely.
Actually, it's a chemical reaction between two people.
Yeah. So that means the whole onus is like, no, actually you've written off the person, but now you're using a very kind of a nice language, that oh, this person has a bad energy or a bad vibe or whatever. So the whole thing is that person, everything is, it's actually pretty aggressive. Sounds wonderful, but it's aggressive because it's actually writing off that person and presenting yourself as somebody who's sensitive, who can actually, sense it all. So now, as Navita and as Anupama are saying, that in fact, what is a better expression? How can you change this expression, which is actually quite aggressive and writing off people? Because it is true that with some people you do feel more comfortable, and with others you feel less comfortable. It's a fact, right? So how would you change this expression?
I
To maybe we excellent, exact, right? So how you say it is that we don't feel comfortable with each other, or you can speak about yourself. I don't feel comfortable with that person. That may be a fact. But that person as a bad vibe is what?
It's like bringing blame or something.
Exactly. It's a blaming language.
Because that person may be oblivious even. And not
That
that
person
person
is
Also
that.
might not feel the same towards you.
Absolutely. Right? So that means that as much as possible, if we can use less accusing language and more taking responsibility for what we say. It's not like, see, what happens is sometimes in the name of spirituality we also deceive ourselves, and I know we have to love everyone. Then we again put pressure on ourselves because you actually don't love, but you keep pretending to even yourself that I love this person, I love this person. That also you become a neurotic attack, and it's crazy. So that neither you are in denial of what you feel, nor you are in a blaming. You are able to articulate exactly what you feel honestly, because this is how you feel, right? And look into that a little bit more. So only within this feeling that I have, there may be some truth and some may be your added story. So then, what is this? Solitude is meant for what? A certain reflection. Because we feel what we feel. We can't change what we feel. But with what we feel, there is a mix-up. What? Mix-up of one thing is entirely your own imagination, which needs to be corrected. In the other thing, there is partly which is a fact, which is getting mixed up with your own stories, which is making that situation very heavy for you. So that's why it makes it even more difficult. Why? Because it's not entirely your imagination. It partly is a fact and partly is your added on story. Okay? So then to distinguish between what is a fact and what is my added thing, it is something which is important, which requires certain reflection. Fact and your added. Can you give me example one which is entirely your projection and the other one is fact and you have added on? And then it will require some reflection to sort it out. Think about things.
First one is your other proper story.
Okay, wonderful, excellent. The
Yeah.
first one is my Artho Papat story. You remember my Artho Papat story? No, Malini doesn't remember. So Tushar, you don't know. Okay. So Tushar.
This guy goes to a big man in the community party, calls people for a lot of people. Whilst he's serving the food to an individual, everybody he serves for shop. This one guy he comes and gives half a cup. He moves on. This guy he plans that in front of so many people this guy insulted me, whatever. How can he? This is nonsense. This this is crazy. I'm going to show the guy how can he do something. So he keeps listening and he becomes a big man himself. And then he throws a party, calls everybody and calls this guy. Gives everybody full power, gives this guy half power. And this is half power. You didn't feel insulted, I gave you half power. I mean, what's wrong with you? What are you talking about? That party, this. So, कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच जाता है?
Things you just imagine.
The
That
guy
guy didn't even realize
he didn't even realize, right? So that means that person was serving and there came half up and he served it. But what happened in my mind is what? He insulted me in front of everyone. He did it like this. How could he do that? I want to show
in your own
him.
mind about yourself.
So that means something
Not
is
always.
triggered. Yeah, something is
You
triggered.
can differentiate when someone is purposefully doing something to hurt you.
But so many times, see, the thing is, when you are assessing it, what happens is
You have started with an
see-
inferiority complex yourself. That he's a big man, he's called me, whatever, all that. You've got some party, something which you have built up as it is beforehand.
No,
Otherwise,
because I'm saying the opposite is that, especially in our society, I'm having a conversation with someone about this, we're always adjusting to people hurting us. It's like supposing it's a family member or a in-law or a parent even, and they're doing things without realizing to hurt. In our society, we tend to constantly say, it's okay, adjust, it's only a parent.
don't make a big thing about it.
Yeah, it's a samchhauta based society, right? It's like adjust. So, I'm just wondering at what point you are true to yourself and at what point do you,
so this would come under the second thing, right?
You
Facts
say stop.
plus your added burden.
Yeah.
At certain time you have to
Because
say
it's
stop.
not about
This much
inferiority, it's about actually honoring your feelings.
So that means, so the 1 minute, I think this is the whole exercise, right? So let's see, one is your entire imagination. And so it's not that the other person is not really thinking about it, but you are creating a whole big picture in your head. Okay? So that means, now what has happened is, unless you do some reflection, what will happen? This picture that you are carrying in your mind will remain. It will remain as reality. This is why a certain amount of solitude is required.
Exactly.
It is required because we interact with the world and our mind gives us some images or understanding, but not some of it is totally imaginary. Some of it is what mixed with facts, and to distinguish between the thing, it takes some time to be with yourself. Otherwise, what will happen is whatever story your mind gives, which is the first story, that is what with which we will live for the rest of our lives. Right? So here the first example is of total imagination. So that person is not actually doing it, but you feel this persecution. Okay. The second is there is some fact. And see here, why is it your imagination? Because when that other person gave that half power, that person did not actually do it with an intention. Right? So it's not like the person, but you took it as deliberately that person doing it to kind of put you down. Right? So that's why it's your entire imagination. Okay? Now, fact and the added burden. Okay? So sometimes what can happen, and this is something that people tell me all the time, right? That suppose in a given pattern of a relationship, suppose a wife feels that my husband is dominating me, and let's reverse it. Let's reverse it, right? So the husband feels that my wife is dominating.
Let's be more real. Let's be more real.
Exactly.
You don't understand.
Let me change the scenario because this is a very boring scenario, right? And the wife feels husband is dominating. Let's change it. The husband feels exactly that my wife is dominating me, right? And that now every day you can't say that. But suppose I come for dinner, right? Now what will happen? There is like people will have a couple of drinks, right? Couple of glasses of wine, so everything will start loosening up, right? Now, when you loosen up, what will happen is what that person will start talking. And then when they start talking, all kinds of jokes sometimes, humor. But what will happen is what they feel, the whole thing comes out.
So you're trying to say everything Rajiv and Chirag said.
And then there are people
Without any wine.
Very often people say
you don't need stimuli for food and all.
but when that stories come out,
Then it's like,
so now in those stories there are some events which may have happened. There may be some truth to it. But how when the stories come out, what happens? That whole
You need to spice it up.
there is, exactly. There's so much spice in the sense that all these exaggerated things which come out.
And then there's a passive aggressive environment that,
Exactly. It is a passive aggressive and that's true. They will not say. There's like, yeah, okay, now wait till the party is over. I don't want to start arguing, right? So all kinds of things are happening. It's interesting. It's so many things which are not actually talked about directly. Things which are staying with you. But within that, what is staying with you, some of it is fact, some of it is your own addition. Everything, when you are little listening, it all comes
At
out.
such parties, it's key to leave with your guests. As an ending, you don't just sit out.
Strangely, this is happened with me. And Rajiv will always say stupid things. And I've never seen his wife ever say anything against her. In fact, she always say, oh, really? He never says this to me. Like in the sense, she's always like these, which I find, I don't know whether it's wrong maybe. And I really think our husband is lovely. Because I don't think she's saying anything wrong.
Yeah.
Practicing fitness business. And she's always like, oh, he would never tell me. He would never. But I feel, I mean, my husband is lovely.
Yeah, he could be lovely, but he may not be saying exactly those things. But he could be doing
But I've
something
never seen
else
her
which is.
disagree. But
maybe she's staying home.
he is lovely. But I'm telling you, he's
That is
lovely.
not possible.
He is lovely.
Yeah, that's okay, but it's impossible not to, I mean, to agree with somebody on everything. It's not possible. Anyway,
Unless you're a good guy.
Yeah, maybe she's a very good wife. Maybe she's a very good wife.
so
That's an endangered
change your
species.
That's the facade you have seen.
That is that's exactly the definition of what is good vibe also that we have to change, right? Good vibe doesn't mean you agree with everything, right? So that all
And she's
requires
not
a lot
a
of
passive person. She's not a passive person. She's very nice as well. She's not passive.
Maybe she's having an affair, doesn't care.
No, my God, she's very possessive. She's very possessive.
I'm just joking.
Okay, guys. Okay, so now there is some fact which is added with some so your story. So that means unless you sit with yourself, how will you sort out all of this? It's impossible to sort out. This is why there is a need for solitude, right? Otherwise, now imagine day after day after day after day events happen and you assess them inaccurately and that assessment remains with you, its impressions remain with you and your stories begin to increase your narrative because you connect one story with the other. So that means you haven't looked into one story and its reality. But now next day has happened and you have yet another story and over a period of time you have never invested in looking at what is a fact and what is either my imagination or my added attribution.
But that person could have changed also in that session.
So that means exactly. So that as Preeti is saying, as time goes, people change also, right? So that there's something, Swamiji used to really make fun. He was so funny. So he used to show this. He says, wait till whoever is submissive in that relationship doesn't happen, right? So wait till they start fighting on something. Something will trigger and you will lose your control and you'll start fighting. then he'll say that people will tell you, not only, so you're fighting for what happened now, but he will say that the wife will start saying, no, but 10 years ago you did this, then 5 years ago you did this,
So
then
true.
your mom did this, and your dad did this, and it's like one whole big thing comes all of a sudden together. Avalanche. So
It
that
really
means,
goes.
what exactly are you trying to solve? That little thing not only doesn't get solved, what happens is
An explosion.
one explosion where you have connected some years of interactions, and you have connected some interactions between your father and mother and their father and their mother and all this whole thing. So that means now suppose you make that situation into that. What will happen? Can you actually solve anything? Nothing. Then what will happen? That other person will also try to tell you the same about you and your mother and your father and your whoever and what you did 10 years ago and all that. So that means nobody solves anything. Everybody increases their burdens. So this is how we behave. This is how we behave. That's why human relationships become difficult. Because so much we carry, and without assessing or without looking into what is the fact, what is my imagination, what have I added, nothing. We have no clarity. We only have impressions. And those impressions seem like reality to us. Right? So this is what this solitude is not just being alone, but it is what is actually a value is to do this reflection. Every human being requires that reflection.
People who are most uncomfortable with this quiet time are actually the ones who need it
The most. Because that, see, that they not having done it leaves some sense of discomfort. This is the universe's way to give you feedback that things need to be addressed. Now, the more uncomfortable you feel, the more you want to escape. Do you understand? This is what we keep doing.
When Swamiji wrote this book, he's talking about amusement parks, movies, and whatever, right? We talked about parties. But when Swamiji wrote this book, damn cell phones were not.
Absolutely.
Today, if you see anybody, he
Anybody.
doesn't spend even 1 minute
With
without
themselves.
looking at his damn phone.
Absolutely.
You have 2 minutes and you will look at your phone. Where is the time to reflect?
Absolutely.
It's really a
These cell
process.
phones have completely killed your
So true, Tushar.
your thing of being sitting quietly and thinking on your own. To be sitting when you get up, you sit for 5 minutes and just be. Nobody bees. You start.
There was this article I was reading, and it so nicely said that before you consume in the morning, you need to set a morning routine.
Yeah.
Most of us, first thing in the morning, we look at our phone and you're already absorbing noise from all over the world. Versus you don't even have a chance to brush your teeth, and you're already. So it's saying create before you consume. So just try to create some peace, some sense of yourself, and at least after you wake up, decide, okay, now if your kids' buses are going to come, it's another matter. But basically, 30 minutes before you need to dive into the world, just give yourself that space to first even get in touch with what you feel yourself.
See, this is why our whole morning routine actually was what? That prayer. This is our meditation. You start your day with some exercise, yoga, whatever. You start your day by what? Centering yourself. And after having centered yourself, then you move out in the world and you have to now face the world.
Solitude is in the moment. Get up. There is
That
one
you
quiet
go.
place in your house where you go and sit and be. That only then you can't be anywhere and have solitude. There has to be a specific designated space, right? That's something.
So so either you have a designated place within your home, which is where you can just unload. If
It
you
used to
are
be a
not
prayer
in
room
the
before.
prayer room. And that's a wonderful thing. See, there are so many people, even now I see, they have prayer room. Prayer room is a place where you go there and your
Automatically mind will.
whole mind changes.
We had, in our growing up years, we had to go to that Sunday in a proper prayer, remember? It's a proper prayer room. So every time, even my dad, when he used to get upset or something, he'd say, go in, and we really go in, and that exercise of moving in, it helped a lot.
Automatically, everything changes.
See now, one thing that you need to understand is just because you are staying alone, does it mean that you will do this reflection? Not necessarily.
You see
So
the
that
people
means,
in stage.
right? So that means the value is whether you are alone or you are with people, that reflection is necessary. Because every day we subscribe to so many things where we have partial truth but we think it is total truth. Or that it's totally your imagination. So that means every day one needs that. If you keep doing it every day, what will happen? Your mind will remain same. Big facts. Really. So this is why sometimes I told you this. In this the prayers, the kind of prayers that we have, right? So that Shiva Manasa Puja. Kara Charana Krutava Kayajam Karmajam Shravana Nayana Jamba Manasava Aparadam Vihitam Avihitam Sarvam Etam Shamasva Jaya Jaya Karunamate Shri Mahadevish. Every day you tell yourself, if anything is done, think about it, right? Some days you may not have done anything. Kara Charana, everything with my hand, with my legs. Kara Charana Krutava Kayajam, with my body. Karma, any action that I have done, knowing and unknowing. Then what? Sarva Mantra. So that means now it's not like, oh, you just forgive me, but what I reflect on what happened that day, what I could have done slightly differently, where my attitudes were not totally in place, where I exaggerated the whole thing, where I was, imputing things which I don't know whether it was true or not. The more and more you reflect on that, more and more your buddhi will learn to abide in realities. So the human mind is made in a way that the realities any adult can cope with. But if you let your mind run into its own pictures, they become so overwhelming that you can't deal with it. So therefore, this solitude is the value for that reflection. Now, let me give you, when over a period of time you have not done that reflection, what can happen? And this is a real story that I want to tell you. So, during my course, in 3.5-year course, there was this boy. So, let me first tell you what happened and then what came out. Okay? This boy was from a small village in Orissa. And a simple boy. Right? Now he came to our course, and even he was so modest and so kind of this thing. It came out that